Greetings. Pillar next to Stanch Gladiator with more table chat. Today's a little bit booster pack opening, a little bit of deck works, a little bit chatting about other stuff. So let's get right into it. I'm working on making a deck for Riftbound. We got Set, the boss. Got a couple of his signature spells, Showstopper. I've got the very nice looking champion unit, Brawler. And this other champion unit, Kingpin. And because the Unleashed decks prove that is a rule, can include other champion units, just not as your chosen champion. So I'm throwing in Shed and Udyr. I might take on a personal challenge to make this Origins only. We'll see. We'll see how well some of the stuff from Unleashed will work as well. I don't have enough from Spirit Forge, though. I probably have the 2 boosters that came with the 2 decks that I picked up. So, let's open up some boosters and see what we got to work with and talk about life too. Recent anime I've been getting into, Magical Sisters, Lilito Lily. Very nice show. Currently in episode 9. It does have English subtitles. There's one episode that kind of got a little bit delayed on English subtitles, but they fixed that now. Yeah, it's not... There's no real violence or anything to it. It's pretty chill. It's more about magic as growing up than the whole warrior magical girl thing that they've done with other series. It's kind of a throwback to the other Studio Pero idol stuff. Okay. Hunter. Ooh. I haven't seen this one before. Dazzling Aura. Find use for that one in the deck. But yeah, episode 9's out. I have commented on it. Let me know. Let's see if there's any response to it. But, you just can't use magic to get past some of the real stuff in the world of needing to communicate and understand people. So, we'll see how that goes. Put all these. Deal with all that later. Alright. Apprentice. Yeah, it has been a long time since I actually tried to keep up with any kind of animated series, or any series for that matter. So it's been nice to have something to watch lately. Otherwise, it's just been watching whatever pops up on YouTube. Occasionally, whatever I've got in my DVD collection or Blu-ray. The thing I haven't really done lately has been listen to a lot of my music collection. My music collection on my off days. So I've got, I still got the stuff on my old phone, which no longer has phone service, but is still usable. I've picked up at least 1 CD since last time, and it's like maybe I should rip that to my computer and move that over to my phone. Unchecked power. Exhaust all friendly units, then deal 12 to all units at battlefields. So everyone at Battlefield is dead. And everyone on your side that's currently at base is not going to be able to exploit that. Unless you find a way around it. Alright. You know, the only reason I even have a Spotify account is for work. Pay for ad free, so no one has to deal with commercials. Yeah, the other thing I've been watching recently, was to Freakazoid. I have Volume 1 on DVD, and it's like, you know what? I need to laugh. I need something to lighten my spirits, because things have been kind of rough lately. My attitude. Let's crank. Brynhild Thunder Song. Or Brynhir Thunder Song. And Fury Ring, yeah. Yeah, there have been some recent times of just kind of stressed out at work. Sometimes I just get in a situation where I just can't think at all. My brain just shuts down and I just can't think of the right approach to a situation. And it makes me look worse than I'm trying to be. Hopefully the experience will stick in my mind positively to make sure I remember to do this stuff in the future. There's a lot of stuff that I wish was just written down in kind of a handbook, you know. There's a project that I wanted to do too. I don't know if I would get around to it because I was so busy with everything else. I appreciate when things are written down in a place that can be referenced. This whole just tell people and hope they remember is not really reassuring. It's like, let's have an actual manual. Bane. Bounty Hunter, Misfortune. Alright. Alright. Cool, we got some more cards to work with for the other deck that I'm probably going to work on after Set's deck is squared away. So yeah, I want to build two decks. I want to focus build on two like actual decks, and then just make a bunch of screw around decks of. I just kind of put these together because I've got the Legend, I've got one of their champion units, and I've got the rune cards. Let's just go from there. The other deck I'm working on is Kaisa. Yeah. So I gotta sort these out. I'll figure those out later. Work on that later. Alright. I'm still hoping they'll like reprint Spirit Forge so I got another shot at getting stuff from that set. However, with the group getting things going this upcoming month, I can't really afford to wait. on that to happen, so I kind of need to move on making my decks now. Alright. Gear. Unit. Alright. Very few card types to keep in mind in this game. The legend, the unit, the spell, the gear, and the battlefield. 5 general card types, if we don't include tokens and runes. Okay, so 7 card types. So legend, unit, spell, gear, battlefield, rune, token. And the token is more of a super type to things like units and as of Unleashed battlefields. And then unit has a type above that in champion units. That if you want it to be your chosen champion, has to follow your legend. And spells and gear also have signature types to reference specific legends as well. Alright. So let's figure out where to go from here. The only thing about trying to record at this time of year is now it gets stupid hot, and I would love to run my fan, but let's just go over how that sounds for like a minute or so. Fan setting low. Fan setting medium. And fan setting high. And if I watch this, I'm going to make it a point to listen very carefully to how the fan sounds in the background, because, again, it's stupid ass hot in this room. We don't have proper air conditioning, because that is a bit on the expensive side. And it's an old ass house. Anyway. Let's see what we got here. So, gear will need to be sorted. Spells will need to be sorted. Units will need to be sorted, and let's go ahead and take a look. Alright. So let's review what the hell I'm playing here. Alright. Got Set, the boss. It can spend a buff on a unit that's about to die and bring them back to base exhausted. I can then buff a friendly unit at base and send them to the battlefield. And then he's buffed when played and when conquering. I'm going to spend the buff on him to give him a +4, which turns him into an 8 instead of a 5. And then the set as the tank gets an extra for every buffed unit in the battlefield. It says each, not each other, so it includes himself if necessary. I'm also going to throw in Shen and Udyr. Spend buff or extra defensive measure. Or surprise, I'm here to take combat damage first and take more of it than normal. Alright, so 6 cards out of 40. I've got another 34 to add to this. So the question is, what approach do I take with the cards that I have? Because right now, there's no way to get more cards. Specifically for me, our store is not currently doing singles for this game. So, people have been asking though. Singles for Riftbound, singles for Gundam. Someone's got to put the money up to actually do that, though. It's just the thing about singles in general. It's card singles, of course. It takes investment, and you got to have that patience to see it through, because if you end up in the card game that the local scene just falls apart, then you're stuck with a lot of cards that you're just not going to move at all. If you're in the card game that is doing well, then you're going to have to keep investing in it until you decide that maybe it's not the best investment you thought it was. Alright. Again, I'm going to try to challenge myself to keeping it Origins only for set. Okay. Paco Cub, it's a hidden. So, reveal it later, turn and play for free. Let's see. Symbols. I just wish they'd done the rulebooks a little bit more comprehensively, but some things are just too much to ask, I guess. I expect the online rules thing to cover it. Alright. So hidden. Is that energy? Is that power? Power appears as symbols. Energy appears as a number. Power appears as symbols. So this is recycle a rune to hide it. Okay. Okay. What kind of approach am I taking here? Bilgewater Bully. When buff gets ganking, can move from battlefield to battlefield. That is a high energy cost, though. This is a turn 3 card at the absolute earliest. Let's see here. Kraken Hunter. 3 with 2 body. Accelerate you can pay 1, and the body an additional cost to have enter ready. So 1 power, it's attacker, or strength, or might, whatever. Can spend any buffs as additional cost to reduce the cost for each buff. So you don't have to recycle the runes. So you can spend 4 energy and then 3 buffs to not have to recycle the runes. Alright, so that's something to keep in mind. Kinko Monk. When play me buff 2 other prone units. And it's the theory of Cloudfield. When play another unit buff me. Alright, so like Magic, you probably want to have a good curve of costs. So want to be a little bit careful. One moment. Sorry about that. So, if I don't plan on live streaming again, I'm thinking about making sure that I can start pausing the recordings, because this is kind of unfortunate that I have to step away when I need to remind people, hey, keep it down. Alright. So, the monk, the rookie, Cytheria. So, more people to actually buff in the process. Kraken Hunter. The Wellclaw Shaman. First mate. Claim me ready another unit. Bilgewater Bully. Okay. Carnivorous Snapathine. Could be a fun one to pull in somebody. Alright. We went to set these 12 aside. So 2 each of Pit Rookie, Cytheria of Cloudfield, Kraken Hunter, Kinko Monk. Yeah. Wildclaw Shaman, and Bilgewater Bully. There's that distinctive sound of some kind of sand or dirt or grit scratching. It's like I need to find it to get off the card. Damn it. Okay. So there's 12 on the body side. And then we get to look at order and find 12 more from that. And I know the last times I tried really getting into Magic, I wanted to challenge myself with a creatureless deck, and it's probably Magic's probably the only game where you can even come close to getting away with a creatureless deck. Everything else, like Pokemon, it's mandatory. You have to have Pokemon. And this game, very specifically, you need to have your units. Alright. Let's sort this out. What else has been going on lately? Another month, another board game league, and you know what? At 7 people, yeah, we're back. We are back in action. Final is a game that came out recently enough that no one has really had the chance to mess with it, so we're all on an even playing field. It'll come down to the top 4 for who will actually play the final. And I plan on stepping back. Actually, the game tops out at 5, so I'm going to be stepping back and letting the other 5 people play for it. Ooh, some of these are unleashed. Alright. Okay. Oh, yeah. All the origins are on the bottom for this stack. Yeah, pulled Rift Herald. Find an interesting deck for that one. Yeah, I think I'll make a couple other decks and unleash, and then just make a bunch of mess around decks. Just to see, just to try stuff out. This is a game that's lending itself very well to make as many decks as you feel like making, just to mess around with them. Oh yeah, I was actually doing a video for this earlier, but I ended up stopping because one, the heat, and it was making my fingers kind of sweaty. It's like, nah, I can't do that. So I'm actually going to turn on the fan just long enough to dry my hands. There's something kind of nice about just going through cards and sorting them out. Seeing, oh hey, I have this card. Did I miss this card? Oh hey, this does something interesting. I wonder what else it can work well with. I should probably look up and see if that card's banned. I guess a considerable chunk of banned cards are from purple, the chaos side of things. Three sets in and only like 7 cards in total banned is. It could be worse. It could be Yu-Gi-Oh! I almost just want to do a video of just going through all the card games I remember, or I've at least heard about, and just reminisce on card games for a while. See what I remember. You know, I'd love to do a video on the Pokemon card game that I remember of before they did all this EX stuff. Because the set that I had a starter deck for was Fossil. And the set that was starting to get going as I left was like, it was after Team Rocket. I think it was like the gym leaders, gym heroes. Those guys. and gals. Yeah. Spirit Forged. It's kind of nuts how much people are putting in into card values these days. Like, really? Cruel Patron. It's an additional cost to play after kill a friendly unit. Like, dude. But it's 6. 6 might. Get recruits. Well, hey, if I get recruit tokens, I can kill them to the Cruel Patron. Cruel Patron. Alright. Might be something to work with. Move to the battlefield at a recruit token. Okay. A Soaring Scout. Channel 1 rune exhausted. On death knell. It might be a good plan. Elvis Ferris. When you play me, spend any number of buffs for each buff spent, channel rune exhausted. That might fit in well with set. These shiny versions. No. Alright. Play me, buff me. If I don't have buff, get one. I get the effect that you played another card this turn. So it's got to be on a later turn when I actually have the resources. Let's see here. So yeah, that works in with the patron. A little low power except for the patron. I have to wonder if that's going to be worth it. Oh yeah. I want to hear more about the lore behind Poros. Seem to be little mascot critters. Alright. Alright, well, we got 12 to work with on this side. There's 24 out of 24 plus the 6 I already have. 4 of which are units, 2 of which are spells. Okay. Well, that leaves me with 10 cards to find and complete the deck. And give me something to work with and figure out what I want to do next. I know one guy suggested, I'll just look up a list online and build your deck off of that. Magic's already got that problem. I'm not going to contribute to making that, to falling into that trap of net decking when I haven't even really gotten started in the game. Action. You may kill gear. Draw 1. If I kill a gear, does it have to be my own or can it be someone else's? Terminology. Terminology? No. This could have had a... Yeah. Imagine I can just... It says kill, not sacrifice. Then again, sacrifice the magic's thing. Oop. So a couple of those by mistake. No, those were from the boosters. Never mind. All right, let's actually work. So it sounds like the people who've been making noise earlier are coming back. So I might have to wrap this up. In a abrupt manner. Oh, I see. It's all unleashed. Never mind. Let's again try to take on the challenge of origin only. We'll get into discussing some future projects before I head out, though. Well, someone's saying this was like already been used as card art for something else. Artists for these tabletop games are always seem to be in high demand. That it's not too surprising if they're working across multiple games. Grand strategy. Just throw it in and surprise. I've got either stronger than usual. It might be a thing. King's Edict. Call to Glory. Yeah, Cloud Fantasy, a game, that throw and chip game I covered before. A lot of the artists from there are from Magic. A lot of recognizable styles. I always appreciate the kind of art that people come up with and actually put the work into. Kind of disappointing when people try to push for automated alternatives, we'll call them. Okay. I'm going to leave like a couple slots open for gear. Let's see what I can want to do here. So, this is cheap. This is useful. Can play Call to Glory by ignoring and ignore the spell's cost by giving up a buff in the process. Let's salvage. Kill gear, draw one. Really wanted to do Grand Stratagem though. Maybe I just skip gear. Oh. Maybe. Focus on consistency or the surprises of, hey, this is happening. We'll see. We'll focus on the consistency aspect. Okay. Put this away. And we'll see what I've gotten geared before I fully commit to anything. Alright. what else is going on? I'm just waiting for Jisogi to show up. It's finally gonna ship. Finally gonna have it in my collection, and I'm gonna feature it here. It is, of course, unfortunate that it is Kickstarter only. Hopefully, there will be a full retail release. It's one of these days. But it's nice. It was nice to actually get to play it with someone else and realize, hey, I think this is a cool game idea. I'll be happy to get a copy if they do a second run of it. And it's a good thing that they're doing a second run. Alright. Challenge. Alright. Challenge. 2 units beat the shit out of each other. Alright. Let's see. Channel runes. Ready unit. As you play this, you may spend a buff as an additional cost if you do ignore the spell's cost. Ready unit. That sounds like what I want to do. Confront. Units you play this turn enter ready, which late in the game is going to make a big difference. So I'm focusing on readying units. I also get to draw a card too. Yeah. This sounds like a plan. So ready unit or unit center ready. Unit center ready or ready a unit. Well, let's look at unit costs. Let's see. Over on the order side, they're ranging from like 2 to 4. On the body side, they're ranging from 2 to 6. My champion units are on range from 3 to 6. Something to think about. Being able to do primal strength and make one unit stupidly powerful. Sounds like fun. What else? You know what? We'll go with this. Do I have a shirt? No. Alright. So, 4 spells from each side, plus the 2 signature. I still got 2 slots left. I'm going to look at gear now. Alright. But yeah, it's pretty wild how many card games there have been over the years. And there are people who remember some of these old games pretty fondly, which is nice. Someone brought up a game the other day that I was aware of, but I don't really know a whole lot about, called Rage. Rage, the Werewolf the Apocalypse game. There was also a Vampire the Masquerade one as well that, before just being called Vampire the Masquerade card game, went by a name. It's a little more risky of a maneuver to call a game. Let's see here. Baited hook. Kill a friendly unit. Look at the top 5 cards. Play a unit with might up to 1 more than killed, and then the cost. Recycle the rest. And at the end of your turn, cards from the top of your main deck until reveal units. Play it, ignore the cost, recycle the rest. Two ways to get another unit out. One's a little bit cheaper early on, one's very expensive later game. Screw it, let's throw them in. Throw them both in there. We'll see what kind of deck this ends up being at the end of everything. Alright. So, we've got the boss. We've got Dazzling Aura and Baited Hook for gear. We have her spells, our signature Showstopper, Confront ×2, Wallop, Salvage, Call to Glory. For units, we have our champion units for set. Brawler and Kingpin. Brawler's probably going to end up being the chosen champion. And then Shen and Udyr as alternative, or as additional champion units for putting into the deck for the hell of it. And then units from the rest. We got 2 pit rookies, Cytheria, Kraken Hunters, Kinko Monk, Wild Claw Shaman, Bilgewater Bully, Soaring Scout, Trifarian Glory Seeker, Faithful Manufactor, Noxian Drummer, Cruel Patron, and Albatross. Alright. Put it together, shuffle it up, and see how it plays against one of the other pre-constructed decks. Or I actually get to work on Kaisa while I'm waiting for the speeded upload and just test it against that. But I think testing the 2 decks I actually make against each other for a showdown would be a lot of fun. Alright. So let's get sleeping. Alright. Yeah, I think so I've been trying to find and just keep my options open for other work opportunities. And I'm on my 3rd. Let's see if this place is hiring. Let's see if the people who put up the job opportunity are actually hiring. It's just for show. And I have yet to hear back from them. But I might just stick out the current job until something forces my hand. Because I'm there. I have yet to fuck up badly enough to be completely dropped. But there's still some stuff I keep messing up on, and I wish I knew what it would take to remember to do stuff. To not have to be reminded. I just want to know why the hell my mind always goes to dark ass places when I screw up. You know, doesn't need to be that way. Alright. Well, one I was going to do here. Do a proper job of shuffling after everything's sleeved. Alright. But I think I might as well just stick with it because the alternative is going back into corporate retail. And on one hand, I kind of miss the structure. On the other, considering what happened to the last two major corporate retail jobs, um, maybe staying local would be better. I'll look to see if there's what other local businesses we got here that are maybe in line with my skill set. Just figure me out and find out what's going to work best for me. To make use of the skills I already have, but also build upon them further. Looking back on all the years of retail, it's like, did I really learn anything? Let's think about this. Since starting my first job at a convenience store in 2004, very very late 2004, I've had to deal with other human beings through communication, um, organize displays, check for expired food and all that. Do a little bit of ordering. Just generally keep things up. Deal with putting stuff away that comes in. The current job reminds me a lot of my first job at a convenience store. A lot of having to hurt, a lot of weight, wait for things to happen. Try to keep busy with something while waiting for things to happen. There are times I just want to give up, but at the same time, I'm also realizing that giving up is not the right attitude to think. Think of like, okay, why is this, why does it feel like I want to give up, What's so possibly bad about this? Sometimes the stress gets to me. They keep telling me, don't get stressed out, don't get stressed out. But I feel like it's been kind of been forged into me, this steel of I can't help but feel stressed out at times. There's a very dark corner inside of me. It's like, yeah, I want to be stressed out because I've had it too fucking easy. Sometimes I need the challenge because I need to know what it means to step up and actually take care of business. Hopefully, I don't have to actually take care of a business for the foreseeable future. Because actually reaching out to people, like making connections and all that, I'm still a weak point for me. So it is something I could always work on too. Yeah. Yep. One sec. Anyway, I'm going to call it here. Upcoming stuff. Watch me play it solo Scythe, and watch me play it solo Eldritch Horror. Next game I'm probably going to feature is going to be Illuminati. And then after that, Nippon Zaibatsu. But at some point, I'd like to return to my RPG character creation stuff. And I really just want to go deep into GURPS. I've got both of the compendiums. Compendium 1 and Compendium 2. Hey. Hey, Tim Kaine. Anyway. Yeah, more stuff coming up. I will find a day to see if maybe I can get back to featuring PC gaming again. I'm still World of Warcraft. Because it's just... It's still a fun game for me. Still enjoying the adventure there. Even when there are moments of... Man, that's really tacoed. Pringled. Yeah, I'm going to replace this one. What's that bent out of shape so bad? Anyway. Yeah, it's weird playing and like you first get it to an area and you're feeling like, wow, I'm in over my head here. And then coming back to it later and realizing, oh hey, I can just walk through here with total impunity. Nothing can stop me. It's kind of a weird feeling to have. Just have to put some weight on this thing. Yay, I have made my own deck for Riftbound. Now I need to go sign up for a Riot account because apparently to play in the official events, I have to sign up for an account. That's part of an online game that I'm probably never gonna get around to playing. So, maybe you might play it someday. But yeah, thanks for listening to me jabber about whatever and mess around with cards. Alright. Have a good evening, morning, afternoon, whatever the hell is happening for you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Spiller Nexus, the Ancient Gladiator, and I'll see you next time.